California, here we come. Right back where we started from. California! Welcome to another episode of Room 36. Today on the show we have Javier Aviña.
I like how you say my name, dude.
I like how you come on Room 36, man. Welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure. It's an honor.
How does it feel to be in Ukraine, man?
Not bad. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Tell me about your trip over here.
It was good. I got on this thing called the plane. Have you heard of them?
Plane?
Yeah. It's plane.
Oh, airplane.
No, just plane.
Okay. What kind of plane did you get on?
A big one.
Okay.
Obviously.
You know any of the details? What is it? Was it a 722?
It had numbers. It had numbers.
Was it a 36?
You know, I'm not a numbers guy. I don't. It's more about the experience.
See, that's where we differ. I'm a numbers guy.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
I mean, sometimes.
We talked about our favorite numbers yesterday. I told you mine's 11.
Yeah.
This is episode 11.
I know. It was like meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Javi, for our listeners, who are you?
Who am I?
How would you describe yourself?
Who am I? Who am I not? Is the real question, I think. No, I'm, California boy. You know, from the beginning, before time, after time.
Whereabouts in California are you from?
Napa Valley, which is ideal because I am a winemaker, and that's where we make wine.
That's where I'm from, man.
Oh, no shit. Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm allowed to curse on this, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, no, we grew up together, allegedly.
Allegedly, we did. We met when I was 12 or 13.
I think I was 13 and you were 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're the numbers guy.
You're a slight bully, you know?
No, I wasn't.
Very slightly. In a fun way, in a kind way.
Okay, yeah, I like a little bit.
You're still a slight bully in a very loving way.
Tough
love.
It's covering up my insecurities, to be honest. Yeah. Incredibly insecure person.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had some great discussion yesterday about insecurities and a bunch of other stuff. I want to get you into a scenario right now to talk about.
Let's go.
Cool topic.
I'm ready. Wait.
Connected to yesterday.
I'm ready. All right.
Okay, you wake up and you go take your chickens for a walk.
No, I wake up and I get an espresso.
Okay, you get an espresso and then you go out to your chickens. You're a chicken.
Oh, yeah, I have chickens.
You have chickens.
Yeah.
That was an important part of who you are. You have chickens.
Is it?
And
I also bees. Yeah, I have bees.
So it's like a Saturday, you go out to walk your chickens.
I don't walk my chickens, but yeah.
You don't walk your chickens?
I let them out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's like walking.
I release them.
You go out to release your chickens and you see an alien.
I thought we weren't talking about aliens.
You see an alien.
Dude, this is against my contract. No,
yeah. First of all, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna react? How are you gonna?
I need more specifics. What type of alien? Because there are multiple types.
There are multiple types of aliens.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Like, I don't know about the multiple types of aliens.
I'm obviously more well versed on this than you are.
You're quite well versed.
Okay, I'll just assume a type. So yeah, I see an alien. Okay. What do I do?
Can you give me like, I don't know, 3 types of aliens? Maybe this is important.
I mean, it's not incredibly important, but I mean, there's the traditional, the little green men. One type of alien. They're also called the Greys.
The Greys?
Yeah, they're your traditional alien. You know, the little body, big head, elongated arms, large eyes. That's what you consider an alien. Okay. Then you have...
What do they wear?
Generally, it's been described as multiple things. Either it can be like they're wearing nothing because their skin themselves is like a part of their exoskeleton type thing. Also, the alien community is going to hate me because I'm totally going to ruin all of this. I'm not saying it accurately, but it's okay.
A large portion of our audience is the alien community.
Oh, yeah, I'm screwed then. I'm about to get just like torched.
I'm joking.
Yeah, and then, you have what are considered like the Nordics, which they're not Swedes or, anything like that. But they're generally like considered tall and very like almost Nordic, actually.
So the Greys, the Nordics?
Yeah, and then I'm blanking on the other one, but they're more reptilian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which of these would you prefer to walk outside and see?
Ooh, probably a gray.
Okay.
I think a gray. Grays are considered a little bit less
Hostile.
hostile. Yeah, is the word I was gonna say. Like, yeah, hostile. Hostile is a good word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're a little bit more neutral.
Okay. Would you be worried that, I don't know, wants to steal your chickens, eat one of your chickens?
I might be worried what they did to my chickens. I mean, well, no.
What would an alien do to your chickens?
I don't know if they implanted them with something where the chickens attack me.
Would you allow this alien one of your chickens to eat?
I don't think they would eat a chicken. But
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I would offer, I guess, something. I'd be like, hey, how you doing? You want an
Okay.
espresso?
What else would you do? Yeah, so you try to hang out with the alien.
Of course, yeah. I would be welcoming as much as possible.
Maybe you guys could get a Aperol together.
An Aperol Spritz,
By
yeah.
the way, cheers.
Oh, wait, eye contact, but yeah.
Very
Cheers.
important. So, you would hang out with the alien. I think that's a decent approach.
Yeah, of course.
I'd probably try to do the same. I'd be interested in the reptilian one.
Reptilian ones, yeah.
Yeah, I like reptiles.
Well, the reptilian ones it can be more shisty, like the approach.
There you go again with that word shiesty.
Hey, I'm from California, gotta use it. But yeah, so I don't know. They can be a little bit more hostile. Yeah.
Okay.
And the Nordics as well, but Nordics tend to be a little bit more. You won't know they're hostile to you.
Okay. I have a feeling aliens look a lot different than any of these.
I think aliens are none of these. I think I think a lot of what we consider the paranormal is actually something that exists, but is simply beyond our understanding, hence paranormal. But it's something that we give a image or we kind of cast our own image on whatever we see. So we see a ghost, we think it's a ghost, or we think it's an ancestor or a demon or an angel or an alien, depending on our circumstances.
Mm-hmm. For people who roll their eyes at the topic of aliens.
Like me, I'm rolling my eyes right now. That's why we wear sunglasses.
We talked about this yesterday. I don't really like the word alien itself because it comes with this,
I don't
image
like it.
of the grays and whatever.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think it's a very exciting idea because we talk about different dimensions and I don't know, a lot of exciting
Transdimensional beings.
possibilities.
Yeah. Extra dimensional, transdimensional, yeah.
Anyways, let's bring it back to Earth and talk about what you do over there in California. You are a winemaker. What does that entail? What does that look like?
Me just drinking wine all day. No.
What a great profession. Man.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not too shabby. I make wine. So everything from, the growth of the vineyards to when we pick the fruit, the grapes, obviously, to fermentation and then pressing and aging and everything.
What's your favorite part of the whole process? Pressing.
It's really hard to say what my favorite part is. I think it's the entire experience.
Do you step on the grapes?
No, we don't do that. No, it's not like I Love Lucy. No, we're not stepping on grapes. Some places do.
Some places
do. Yeah, I mean you can generally, but I mean it wouldn't. I don't know if I would do it.
Can tourists? It must be like a tourist thing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. There's places that specifically do the stomp. Yeah.
Okay, how much does it cost for a tourist to do the stomp?
I don't know. I've never been a tourist.
You've never been a tourist?
No.
In Napa?
Just on Earth. Just passing through. No, I don't know. It probably I don't know. Do we really have to put a number on it? $50, $100, depending on the place?
Okay, what about a wine tasting at Sutter Home?
I don't know. I mean, there's this wonderful thing about being in the industry where you never get to pay for tastings.
Okay.
They're always comped. So I've never paid for a wine tasting. But generally, it's, I guess, for Sutter Home, for those who don't know, is a little bit more on the lower end, high production, fantastic product. Anyway, actually, I've never had Sutter Home.
I have. I think it's one of the only places I've ever gone tasting at.
Really?
And I think it was free or cheap. Or
generally, it's pretty inexpensive for the large places like that.
Okay. How'd you get into wine?
So, growing up in Napa Valley, my dad's been in the wine industry my entire life. My family's been in the wine industry my entire life, and for a couple generations already.
And your last name is by the vineyard or something.
Which
Aviña.
is total, like a total coincidence. You know, my family comes from Mexico and from Mexico, to satisfy you, pronounce it correctly. But yeah, and we just happened to, come to this region where the prime economy is driven by growing grapes and making wine. And yeah, my last name Aviña is Spanish from the vineyard, de la viña.
Okay.
Aviña.
You are somebody who I think of as really into food and drink.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, really. I don't know. It seems to constitute a big part of your life. Well, your career, obviously. Your trip here in Kyiv. I think we're doing a lot of cool food spots.
Yeah, we are. You've
Yeah.
taken me to some great places already.
Yeah. What was your
Yeah.
favorite?
Well, so far, I think that Georgian place we went to was really good. Actually, I really like that coffee shop,
Zigzag.
Zigzag. Yeah, that was good as well.
Cool.
Both good places. Yes.
So you do a lot of your own produce and
Produce. Yeah.
produce.
So as a concept, as a family, I guess we try to grow as much as we can. Living in California, I think we're pretty blessed in that all of our food is. I hate to use these buzzwords, but they're the most correct. They're locally sourced and very fresh.
I didn't know that was a buzzword. Locally
It's a
sourced?
buzzword. Yeah, locally sourced.
What else can be locally sourced?
Everything.
Okay, but is it just about food?
No, it can be drinks. It can be.
Can an idea be locally sourced?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's created locally.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, we were making up a bunch of ideas. I would say words.
I think we always make up
talking
ideas
about
and
what
words.
the demi-tasse
Demi-tasse.
concept
Yeah,
is.
demi-tasse. Un point.
It's en point.
Yeah.
These are locally sourced, man.
Well, now they are.
I mean, we're making our own eggs.
I mean, I think we all always do that as humans. We just create. we're creative individuals and beings, and we just make everything. I mean, every word is made up.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily by us, but
I think we have a lot of situations in which we can create some stuff. Like, well, food. I don't make any food, unfortunately. I'm not a big cook. I eat food that other people make.
yeah, you don't really have a kitchen to cook in, so that's probably why.
I have a kitchen to cook in. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I have a kitchen.
Like
But-
half a kitchen.
Probably because I didn't prioritize like having a kitchen. Because I don't
Well,
cook.
I always worry about traveling and hanging out with you because I eat like 3 times the amount of food that you do.
Yeah, you do.
But yeah, I think you're right. It's a priority. It's different priorities, and I think my career has always been centered around taste and
Okay.
food and drink. So
I'm big into the fasting, the intermittent fasting.
me too. I do that.
What?
Yeah.
Have you told me this?
No. I mean, for me, it's less of a choice as much as it is a situation, lifestyle. Like I wake up in the morning, I have an espresso, and then I just go. Like I don't eat breakfast generally, and I keep going until.
See, I didn't know that. I thought you always ate breakfast.
No, I mean,
Here's our
sometimes I do.
breakfast here at
This is our
Aperol.
breakfast. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I've hung out with you already for what, 3 days, 2 days?
Yeah,
days.
but we had breakfast every day.
No, we haven't.
No?
No.
We ate something. Well, we didn't exactly wake up super early
Yeah.
all of those days.
Yeah.
So,
But anyway, yeah.
first impressions of Kyiv, man. What do you think?
It's great. It's definitely not what I expected, but then again, growing up in the United States, you don't really get a proper impression of anywhere. You just see kind of what's in media. But yeah, no, it's been great. I really like it. The food, like I said, is one of my top things that I judge a place by, and so far the food's been great. I'm really enjoying all these little kind of hidden places. Like we went to this bar yesterday that was, it was kind of in a
Very
basement.
Tucked away.
Yeah, no signage, no nothing, and it was
I don't know what
awesome.
the name is.
It has no name, and I think that makes it better.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
could be.
It's a bar with no name.
Bar with no name.
Yeah, the unknown bar.
Okay, what
Unnamed bar.
are some differences in the, I don't know, restaurant, cafe, bar culture here?
Well, I think we're still experiencing the whole breadth of the restaurant cafe experience here. But I mean, it definitely is very traditional, in my opinion, kind of European cafe lifestyle where, it's a lot of just enjoying life and not as fast paced. Something I kind of wish was more a thing in the States. We kind of have this mentality where it's just like you don't really enjoy the things that you're consuming as much. And here I feel like there's definitely this joie de vie, I guess.
Joie de vie.
Yeah.
Do you ever throw away food?
Um, I try not to. I don't. I mean, I think it's disrespectful to not
To the food?
to the food. Yeah. I mean, the food came from somewhere. If you think about it, all the food, like whether it's, if it's vegetarian, like something it's
but
grown.
when you do throw something away, what is it?
It's because I don't like it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. For me, it's usually bananas.
You throw away bananas?
I don't manage to finish. I buy a bunch of bananas. I eat 2 or 3 of them, and then I forget.
And they get brown. That's when.
Yeah, they get brown. Maybe black. Maybe
That's when
purple.
you smash them up and you turn them into like a frozen banana thing, or you put them into banana bread. That's a trick someone taught me.
Yeah.
I won't say who, but yeah, taught me.
Now I'm curious as to who that is.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Or you could stomp them, maybe.
And make banana mush.
Yeah, I'm into stomping on things.
You can put them on your face. It could be like a mask.
You could put them in your underwear, like the black bananas. Javi, what do you think?
I don't know why you would do that. Wait, I think we just gotta.
I thought we were playing this
take
game
a
where we
moment.
just say we could put them all sorts of places.
We could just take a moment to kind of think about why you would say that.
What do you
and
think
what
of
part
my
of your
flip-flops,
underwear?
Javi? Does it feel like I'm on the beach?
No, it feels like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about you in flip flops.
I will take that as a compliment.
Yeah, I like your jacket though. Whoever got that, it's very stylish person.
Yeah, this jacket is from what do you call it? Levis?
Levis. Yeah.
Levis. Yeah, I got it from California.
From someone that came from California.
Oh, yes. Funny enough that you say.
Yeah.
I got it from somebody who came from California. Where'd you get that shirt, man?
California.
What?
Wait, did I get it from California? Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay,
All Saints.
Nice jeans you got there, bro.
The jeans are all right. Yeah. Someone lent me some jeans.
Yeah, they look like they're from Ukraine.
They may be. I think that's a Dutch company, but yeah.
They look like they're from Hoholivska 25, 5th floor. Which room?
Oh, we could do that as well.
Oh, oops.
That jacket looks like it's coming from Azalea SF in San Francisco in Hayes Valley. Yeah.
See, I actually give out my address to everybody. Which probably isn't a good idea.
Probably not.
Yeah. Would you like to share your address with the world?
No.
Okay. So you're quite like
private.
Private.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that like to be private?
Quiet. It's nice.
Okay.
Prefer it, honestly.
As somebody who likes to be private, do you frequent some, I don't know, private parts? I'm just joking, man.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no.
Okay. My Ukrainian friends are visiting California, let's say. Where would you recommend that they check out?
Oof. Okay. So, I mean, I'm from Northern California, so I'm gonna rep, the Bay as much as possible. San Francisco is a must see.
What in San Francisco?
What in San Francisco? So avoid all the touristy parts, except for the Golden Gate Bridge. Golden Gate Bridge is you gotta go and see it, maybe walk on it, touch it. I don't know, cross it.
But please don't jump into the water.
No, that's not good. I do not support that at all. It's terrible. No. That would be horrible. Yeah, and then there's a couple landmarks that are kind of cool. Lombard Street is always a crowd pleaser, but it can get really wild during tourism season, and then it becomes completely pointless. But really, what you got to check out in California, again, coming from me, is the food and the wine and kind of really experience what it's like to live there. You got to eat there.
Okay.
Mexican food, obviously.
Mexican food.
Tacos.
From the food truck, from a food truck.
A food truck is in Northern California. I think, food trucks are generally the move. Generally, what you should do for tacos. And for a lot of things, actually, we have a lot of good food trucks. It's kind of a thing. Unfortunately, it's really expensive to do anything in California now. So kind of young, up and coming um, chefs, cooks that maybe can't afford a traditional restaurant, they go for a food truck, and it's a great way to kind of get started and get your name out there, and people love it because you go where you can go where the people are. You don't have to have people come to you necessarily.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think that should be a thing here. Food trucks. I mean, they have the shawarma.
Those are like stands though. They're not really trucks.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Is it
Yeah.
comfortable to work in a truck though? I mean,
Yeah,
I
they
guess
make them pretty nice now.
Mm.
I mean, I think back in the day, that used to be kind of a standard thing where you didn't have much customization, and they were pretty much set in a certain way. But now you can make a food truck however you want it. It's a pretty big business. I mean, I don't own a food truck, so I don't really know. I'm just kind of speaking from what I observe and
Yeah,
my experience.
what about getting around California? Because
You kind of need a car.
you need
Unfortunately,
a car.
You have to
Is
have
there
a car.
Is there a train situation now?
No.
Oh, I forgot. We want to talk about the future.
Oh yeah, we should talk about the future. Yeah.
Let's talk about the future of public transport in wherever, California, the world.
This is unfortunately, this is something that I'm incredibly passionate about, but like,
Unfortunately.
well, yeah,
Why would that be
because
unfortunate?
it's unfortunate because I don't really see a solution in the near future, like in California or in the United States. Like,
so pessimistic.
well, let's not get into politics, but simply, it's difficult to. Everything's so expensive, like I said, and there's no real method to kind of put that aside. And well, there is, but no one wants to do it.
Okay, do we need transport?
Yeah,
Do we need transport at all?
yeah,
Do we need to go places?
yeah,
Okay, I would agree.
yeah.
This is challenging you.
No, I think we do. Not just locally. I think we need to travel the world. I mean,
What's the future of food?
future of food. This is interesting. Again, so I want to add the caveat. I'm not a chef. I'm not a cook. I experience food only through eating it. But yeah, no, it's I listen to people and I talk to people that are more in the industry and more kind of intellectual on this topic. But the future of food is generally, I think it's kind of an interesting mishmash of various cultures. All the best foods from around the world just kind of living side by side. Not necessarily
Mishmash.
fusion. Yeah, not necessarily fusion. I don't know about.
You and that word fusion.
Yeah, I don't really like the word, but it's the word that is used the most. I mean, there's certain things that I think go really well together. Like in California, we have this thing where you have a lot of businesses kind of taking the delivery of Mexican foods, or for example, burrito or taco or something like that, but then using other ingredients. I mean, one of my favorites is always the Korean Mexican kind of.
Korean Mexican?
Yeah,
That's a thing?
yeah, like kimchi quesadillas and
Whoa.
beef bulgogi tacos and just it's really good. It just
What about food in a pill?
no.
No.
That's when humanity dies.
See, I don't know. Maybe
See-
I'm more progressive than you, Javi.
Maybe you are, but I think that's
That's quick. I just
yeah.
my
But see,
nutrients.
we were just talking about how lovely it is to see this cafe culture where you kind of sit and enjoy and enjoy life and enjoy the food and the cafe and the coffee and everything.
It can
And
also
if you take it in a pill, you lose all of that. It's
it
gone.
can also be lovely to do 16 hours of work in one day. Don't you think?
You're so American,
You could just pop that burrito pill.
dude. You're so American.
Well,
I know you
in
don't
what
want me to
sense?
say that.
In what sense? I don't mind it. I mean,
No, working is good. Obviously, I mean, I work, a lot. You
what
know.
is work? How would you define work?
Work
Yes.
is converting
you define
energy
work?
into a product.
Is it though? Because some people, like a lot of people, have jobs where they don't convert much energy. Like,
I think you always convert energy.
okay,
Like,
some
give
people
me
have
give me an
very-
example, and I will give you a counterpoint.
Okay, like let's say a lifeguard.
They're
I don't know.
literally converting energy into saving people's lives.
Sure, but let's just say they have a shift where they don't have to save anybody's lives. They just chilled all day.
They were watching. They were
They were
watching over, making sure
Really?
that they don't have to save anyone's lives.
Yes, but not much energy was converted. Okay,
And they
maybe
were
not the
and they
best
were
example.
and they
Let's
were
say a
yelling at
musician-
people to walk and not run.
Let's say, I don't know, who's a rapper who's hot right now?
You're literally asking the wrong person. I don't think I've listened to
Let's
popular
say
music
Lil
in like
Mosey.
I don't know who that
it's
is.
just going to the studio, making some beats and stuff,
That's
and gets
awesome.
tons of money, and
That's great.
isn't really like getting stressed
He's
out.
creating moments for people, and he's inspiring people
Yeah,
with his music.
but I don't think work is equated with stress,
No,
or needs to be. For many people, it
no.
is.
Yeah.
For me, often it is.
Well, because I think often work is connected to fulfilling your responsibilities. We work not necessarily for things that we want to create or do, but more for the money that it brings us, and the money is used to fulfill or take care of the responsibilities that we have. So it's less about working or stressing out about work. It's stressing about what we have to do with the work or with.
A means to an end, or
Sure.
what's that idiom?
An apple, no. Means to an end is a good one. Yeah.
A worm to an apple.
Yeah.
What about you and your work? Do you find a lot of fulfillment in your work?
I do. I really do. I mean, it's something that I'm allowed to be in touch with, the earth, nature, in terms of growing something. But also, it's really interesting because I always say that making wine is something where, generally, in the broad scheme of things, it's pretty innocuous. It's not. It doesn't really. It's not changing the world. It's not something that is really of any significance, except for the fact that wine is something that's consumed when we celebrate. It's often there in big moments, when someone has a birthday, someone has a wedding, someone has, something to celebrate. And in a way, I'm making a product that kind of puts me there. It makes me a part of that.
Interesting.
And it's very fulfilling to kind of think that what I'm doing is bringing someone joy, or bringing someone, something interesting, because it's not just about, getting drunk or having alcohol. It's about experiencing that wine and kind of making yourself feel, attached to that moment in time in that vineyard. It's very specific, and it really, I don't know, it's something that I really cherish, that idea.
In that sense, Monsieur Aviña, I don't think it's so innocuous. Because, it seems that...
Okay. You said it.
You're involved in
not
the,
me.
I don't know, relishing of life, actually, and enjoying life.
Sure.
Cool. I would like to enjoy my job. I told you, my goal is to someday in the future work. I hate this word.
You're the
all
one
day
that
long,
keeps using it.
all day long, 7 days per week, and just like find a way to provide value and also relax.
Yeah.
Do something that I really love to do
Right.
all the time. And
Well, I think we have to find. I mean, I don't know. I'm the idiom about the apple. No, the idiom about if what is it? It's find a job that you love, and you'll never work a day in your life. I don't know if I agree with this. I mean, I think it's something that a lot of people try to do, but I prefer the idea of, find something that you're really good at, and then that's work in that. You're really good at it. And then that way it kind of allows you not only to excel in that job and do your job really well and provide a lot of value, like you said, but it kind of also allows you to do other things that you do love, not attached to work, because sometimes I fear that if I do something that I love as my job, that one day I'm going to show up and I'm not going to love it anymore. Like, you're going to become lost.
like getting paid to communicate with people, potentially.
Maybe, yeah.
Which is my job.
We were talking about this, yeah.
Although I still love it.
Yeah.
So, one thing I really think, in terms of the future, going back to the future, man, I think in the future, more and more people will have access to great, like, health facilities. I'm not sure.
One would hope.
Tennis, pools. Like, I think pools will be everywhere.
Yeah.
And for example, in the future, I just imagine every evening I'll be in a spa or a sauna or something. And right now it sounds like a very
sounds very
thing
sweaty. Sounds like a very sweaty future for
healthy, you. Healthy. But I think in the future more and more people will have access to that.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, yeah.
Will people be working in the future, Javi?
I think we'll always be working.
Will people be getting paid to work in the future?
Yeah, hopefully.
Is getting
Hopefully
paid
better.
to work not a form of slavery?
No, not necessarily.
Hmm.
Depending on how much you're being paid.
Okay, convince me of that because I think it's a form of slavery.
I mean, I think our indebtedness to our jobs and our indebtedness to certain aspects of society could be a form of slavery, but I think that's really disrespectful to people that actually are or were slaves. I wouldn't equate any current situation to that.
Sure.
That it's very different. So no, I think it's not. We have to use a different word. I think it's bad when people are making very, small amounts of money doing things that are very, very important.
Sure.
Like in our society back home. I mean, you have people that are growing, the food that everyone eats, and they don't generally make much money, and they don't generally get a lot of respect either. But without them, no one would eat. So, I mean, I think there is something to be said about that. But no, I mean, I don't like comparing it to slavery. No.
Good call. I agree with you. And I'm always interested in looking for different words.
We have to use new words.
We have to make up new words.
Yeah, exactly.
En point.
Un point.
What was this whole thing about the essential workers that came up during COVID? What
Essential workers. I mean, it's kind of a pardon the phrase. It's kind of a stupid thing to say. I don't know. I mean,
essential? What?
essential.
Because it makes
Well,
other people non-essential workers?
no, it's just the concept was really weird. It's like, oh yeah, nobody but essential workers should be working outside of home. So it's like we're just sacrificing the people that we find most important, because essential workers basically means they're the most important workers, right?
Yeah.
Or at least to keeping our society running. But yeah, it's the same thing. It's most of these essential workers are not making the same amount of money as non-essential workers, which seems backwards in a certain way. Sorry, that was my stomach grumbling. But yeah, it's
Maybe you want to eat that orange.
I kind of want to eat that orange, maybe that candle. I don't know, but yeah, no, it's strange. It was a strange year, and I think the pandemic didn't really change anything as much as I think it shone a light on things and was a catalyst. I like saying that.
Yeah.
It's a catalyst.
It was a catalyst.
It sped up things that were already going to happen or already happening.
Agreed. Oh, like me working from home. One of the best things that happened.
Yeah. Is it? Do you enjoy that?
It's way more time efficient because I spent a lot of time traveling, like using that metro that we went on yesterday. I was traveling to a lot of different companies, and it would take up a lot of time to go there. Now I just open my laptop, and I can stay in my pajamas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you find yourself to be more productive in that situation?
Man, I actually think it's way better for certain aspects of education. So I do, I mostly teach writing.
Yeah, what do you do?
I wear some different hats.
Mm.
I'm a manager. I teach
That's
English,
interesting. I only saw a couple
writing.
of hats.
I think I saw 5, and it's pretty accurate. I have about 5 different roles, I would say. Making a soft skills program.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the whole while thinking of where I can kind of nudge myself into and make something really valuable.
Yeah.
Anyways.
What are soft skills?
What are soft skills?
Yeah. Can you describe that some more?
The ability to be soft, Javi. It's very
There's a joke there that I'm not going to go into.
Soft skills are not like hard technical skills, but more so related to communication skills, which really goes deep. Like some people are really good at communicating in small groups, for example, which can be useful. Some people are very useful at, are effective at giving feedback, and can really make a company or I don't know, or just their friend circle way more like an interesting place, just because of their feedback. For example, leadership skills are also soft skills. So I'm interested in working in that area because I think it has large implications for the future in different.
Do you think we'll be
spheres.
working together more in the future?
Like you and me?
No. Well, yeah.
I hope
sure.
so.
I mean, I hope so too. No, I mean in general, like as people.
Working more in the future?
No, just together amongst ourselves. Or is it more of an
100%, man. We're a social species, and I think that, as progressive as I try to be, I love looking at my phone, whatever. I think we need to be around people, and that's very difficult for, let's call them introverted people,
sure
to do all the time. It can be difficult for me to spend a lot of time with people.
mm-hmm.
But I think if you adapt to that, like I largely have had to adapt
Mm-hmm.
to that.
So how
It can
does
be
that?
very rewarding, man. You just very rewarding to have like a huge social circle. You feel like people acknowledge you and give you like helpful feedback, and I don't know. I think that's our species. What we did for thousands. I don't know.
Yeah, I
hundreds of
agree with
thousands
you.
of years.
But how does
Yeah.
that fit in with this idea of working from home?
You can connect on Zoom.
Is it the same?
So here's one advantage. I mentioned that there are quite a few. If you take a meeting of like 30 people,
Mm-hmm.
and in real life we're like, okay, guys, first of all, we need a huge room for like 30 people to get along. You can split them into small groups. It's okay, but it's going to be a loud room. You can do it very easily online on Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
With the click of a button, just send them all into their own breakout rooms with a task, and then they come back. I mean, they're all sitting at home.
Mm-hmm.
It's like very comfortable, I think. And in the future, I think there's going to be more like augmented reality type of stuff. And so,
Okay, I agree with you. Yeah.
yeah, this type of virtual classroom is going to be 3D, I imagine. You're going to use like this VR stuff,
Sure.
sit down amongst each other and like
Mm-hmm.
hang out.
Sure.
Although I don't think that quite touches on like real life, sitting down next to each other, communicating.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's something about that. I mean, we talk all the time, by phone, by Telegram, and I think there's a real difference between what we do when we talk over the phone and what we're doing now, talking in person.
Yeah.
Because I can see you, I can.
There's some hormonal thing, I swear. I don't know, it sounds weird, but I
Okay,
think there's
that's
like there's like human
So like I'm
hormones to like
smelling you.
communicate with each other.
I mean, I do smell you. You didn't shower this morning, but
I mean, yeah, probably just smelling me. It's a thing for sure.
yeah.
If you take like the Telegram call, and let's call that like one level of, I don't know, shallow communication.
Mm-hmm.
And then like video on Zoom, for example, that's the next level, where you have like body language. That's the only thing that changed, actually. You have body language added.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the third level would be like, in real life, we have body language, we have our voice, but then we have like what's added. It's probably some type of like hormonal communication between.
Sure. There's probably an energy aspect to it as well.
I'm sure. I don't know how studied it is.
Yeah.
It's probably a whole thing that people know.
Yeah. I mean, there's
A
a
lot
difference for me to actually, I mean, there's a difference between me hearing your voice in person, I think, and hearing your voice over, a phone, because it's different.
What's the difference?
I mean, there's a difference. Like in the phone, it's like a digital reproduction of it, while right now, like your sound waves are literally hitting my auditory canal.
So what do you think of the VR, I don't know, hangout space? VR bar, for example.
VR bar.
You're in California,
Oof.
I'm over here, and I'm like,
Let's-
dude,
wait, can
let's
we
go to the VR bar.
Cut the podcast. Let's write that down and copyright it quickly. No, yeah.
It does sound like it could be a thing.
I
VR
think
bar.
it should be a thing. Let's do it. No. We always have these ideas that should be things.
So, and now we have it recorded in case we forget.
Okay.
But you don't forget anything because you're an elephant, apparently.
Elephant's my spirit animal, and I have a very good memory, and I don't forget things.
VR bar.
Yeah. I've never told you the origin of that elephant being my spirit animal thing.
No, yeah, I'm surprised. I wanted to open that box, but I thought, I don't know. I'll let you do it if you want.
We'll think about it. No, back to VR. So I find that very interesting, this idea that you were bringing up about, remotely working and having VR or AR, augmented reality, being the tool that, we use for doing that. And I was thinking about it as you were talking about it. I don't know if I could ever do that. And not just because of my job itself. I mean, I think that the technology would exist, right? So like, let's say, I mean, I'm a winemaker, right? So I have to do a lot of things physically. I never, we didn't do this work from home thing because I can't. Like, I can't work from home. I actually have to be in the winery, moving wine, tasting wine, doing all of this. Now, I in a potential situation in the future, yeah, I guess you could have a situation where I'm digitally in the winery, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I can look at, what's going on, and I can control it from my house, from my phone, from not actually being there. But see, that removes a certain aspect of my job, because, there is one metric to looking and seeing and touching and looking at the numbers, and that's not necessarily always what you're getting when you're tasting and smelling and, touching and feeling and all this thing. It's not the same.
Sure.
Then there's no way of reproducing that.
But we still talk on Telegram.
Oh, you and I, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that as much as I'm talking about me doing my job
Ah, your
virtually.
job.
Yeah, and I think there's a very broad spectrum of life and work that you can't do virtually.
Sure. I agree.
And that's why I go back to what you were saying, where, you say the future of food is a pill. And my response to that is that when that happens, that's when humanity dies. Not necessarily
Oh.
like humanity dies in its existence, but like it becomes something different, because as humans, we don't just consume, everything in a bar or just for
Sure.
calories. We consume it for the experience, you know?
I think humanity develops into something else. Like,
That's possible.
yeah.
But that's something that, like I said, that we lose a part of humanity at that point, But I mean, we can get into this in a very, very intellectual way.
Okay.
But
Let's go back to the VR bar.
okay, VR bar, yeah.
Like, it's a Saturday,
Oops.
and we have some.
I'm just
We have
ruining some equipment here. Don't mind me.
As long as you don't spill it all over yourself. Actually, that would be very funny if you did.
Yeah. Just gonna put that there now.
It's a Saturday. We have some options for hanging. You're in California. I'm here in Kyiv.
Yeah.
We can do a Telegram call, or we can do a Zoom call, or we can go to the VR bar.
Well, I mean,
What does that look like? I don't know. Do we pay? I'm not sure.
This is
But
interesting.
what if there's a really cool atmosphere and you do have to pay like
Here's the deal.
an entrance?
In a VR bar, you can pick your atmosphere.
Interesting.
Because you can change it. You can change what the aesthetic is. Maybe you want to hang out in like this old-timey dive bar, and I want to hang out in this like futuristic Blade Runner type place. And we can do both, and neither of us will know the difference.
Okay, but it is more interesting if we share the same
Well, yes, of course.
vibe. So we could go
Sure.
back and forth.
But
We can be
what
like-
I'm saying is that like maybe you and I show up to this bar, this virtual bar, and it's like it's as if we were in an old-timey dive bar, for example. But then like another friend of ours and their friend show up, and they are in a different type of bar, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's an interesting concept. I mean, it kind of reminds me of that. What's it called? Now Trekkie fans are first Alien fans are gonna be annoyed at me, and now Trekkie community. But like that room in the USS Enterprise where you go in and it basically reproduces whatever you want it to. You didn't watch TV, it's okay.
No.
But yeah,
I don't know what that is.
I mean that's something that could be in our future
I
if
think
these VR companies ever get their
Games
shit
as
together.
well. Games, dude. We'll probably do like, for example, beer pong. Like
Well,
VR beer pong.
Interestingly enough, I mean, when this pandemic started, I mean, and it was kind of a thing. We did, so me and my friends from university, we would hang out and have virtual happy hours through Zoom. And then there was this other app, I forget the name.
Party something.
I'm purposefully forgetting the name because I don't want to give them a plug without knowing them. But I actually do remember the name. Anyway, my point is it had these virtual drinking games or card games like you could play.
Were they fun?
They were fun. Well, I think the aspect of it being fun was more about hanging out with people that you don't often get to hang out with. Like I think I began to see my friends more during the pandemic, like virtually than even before. Which was definitely a welcome experience because I think we all kind of got a little, shut in.
We were shot in for sure.
Yeah.
Fun is important to have, man. Whether it's work.
It's a part of the human experience.
It is. Whether it's drinking wine.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's hanging out with you in Ukraine. I think our time is like pretty much up, man. So
yeah,
I'm gonna just say huge thanks for coming on the podcast.
Oh, thank
This will be
you.
interesting to watch.
Yeah, definitely. I look forward to it. I look forward to part 2.
Yeah, and if there are any aliens watching this one, shout out to you guys.
Yeah, we come in peace.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, Javi. Bye, guys.